It's an easy and fun activity that encourages kids of all ages to get out and explore our local sea life. Here to share more, we welcome back the author of Let's Explore the Beach, Karen DeWitz. It's great to see you.
It's great to be back. Thanks
You
for having
have
me.
such amazing photos in that book, and you have a great idea for all of us to participate in an activity to explore our sea life here.
Absolutely. And in fact, I was thinking of kids a little bit more your kids' ages.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, you know, kids aren't going to be looking for specific species or specific whatever when they get out there, but it's super developmentally appropriate for them to say, okay, today let's do a scavenger hunt looking for colors.
Easy.
And, right, exactly.
We can all
and you
do
could
that.
do it with sea life, but you could do it anywhere you get out in nature. I picture this. I've done this with kids out in the tide pools.
Oh, yeah.
You go out and you look for specific animals or plants, could be seaweed,
Sure.
could be a rock, to match each color of the rainbow.
And you have some great
through.
examples to show us, starting with red there on the left. Oh, these are such beautiful photos.
Thank you so much.
you
And that red is, all of these are creatures. This is a sea urchin, a red sea urchin. It's a little bigger than its purple cousins you can see in the background.
Okay.
Sea urchins are amazing. They aren't poisonous. They aren't going to hurt you. I wouldn't necessarily sit on it, but you know, give it its space. Very cool. Sea urchins have 5 teeth on the underside of their body, and so when they take a bite out of this seaweed that they eat, it leaves a star bite print, which is pretty cool.
That's so interesting. Okay, let's talk about something that's orange in color. Gosh, you have such great examples for us.
Thank you so much. And this is sometimes really hard to imagine this is an animal at all.
Wow.
This is called the colonial tunicate, which is, it sounds like a lot of big words, but it's a colony of little animals called zooids, excuse me.
Wow.
And you picture like the entire community sharing a tunic. They're all under the same little shirt, and all the little dudes live in there. And if you touch it, it feels a little bit like wet rubber.
Okay.
If you touch something like that and it feels like squishy, it's going to be a sponge, which is a different type of animal. But that is a tunicate.
So interesting. My kids were just watching Flubber for the first time recently, so I think we can maybe relate to that.
It looks a lot like Flubber, actually.
Okay, let's talk about something that's yellow. Oh
yellow. This actually relates to the last time I was in.
Oh,
We talked about nudibranchs. And this is a type of nudibranch called a dorid, and this particular type of dorid is a sea lemon. And if you look at it, you can really see why it's called a sea lemon. This is a Monterey sea lemon, and it's a type of sea slug.
Okay.
And that roundy part that you see down at the back are its gills.
Oh my gosh, this
There
is
you
so
go.
fascinating.
There
Okay,
you
you've got
go.
an example for us in the blue color category.
Okay, I was talking to somebody just before the show.
Okay.
This one is really cool. I'm gonna try to wrap my tongue around the name.
It's beautiful.
This is called a Velella.
Okay.
And or you can call it a by the wind sailor. That's another one that people call it. And this is another one that's a community. Each thing that looks like an individual animal is actually a community of lots and lots and lots of little tiny animals that are all working together. And in this case, they make sort of almost a sailing ship. They have a little a sail on top and dangly bits that look a little bit like a jellyfish or a sea jelly, but in fact this is a different type of animal entirely, called a hydroid. And there's a lot to that, but you'll see these, especially on the Pacific Northwest, you'll see these, they wash up because they have a sail and they can't control where they move. They wash up in the tens of thousands in the springtime oftentimes. And they start out this blue, and then in the sunshine they can fade to clear or white.
Oh, interesting. Okay, we got too excited in our Roy G. Biv. I skipped green for you. You have a green example to show.
Okay, well, green is going to be an easy one. The green, I chose the giant green anemones.
Fun.
And they are, the really cool thing about these is that these live about the same length of time as humans.
Okay.
So you can be seeing a giant green anemone, and they're 8 inches across,
Sure,
maybe.
yeah.
You can see one that your grandma saw.
Oh, that's
when she
so
was
cool.
little and going along the coast. So those are really cool animals to see.
What a great thing to look for. Okay, let's get to our purple so we can complete the circle on our rainbow.
There we go. Okay, and I'm trying to remember. Oh,
there we go.
We've got a sea star here for purple. And what's funny is this sea star is generally called an ochre sea star.
Okay.
The word ochre actually means like it's a type of brown, reddish brown. That's because the cousins of these purple guys are that orangish color, and they're all the same species.
Oh, interesting.
Typically, you'll find a real variety, all the way from orange to purple, of this same sea star here in Oregon. And if you go up to the Puget Sound, you'll see more purple. And as you go out on the outer coast or down along the shore, you might see more orange.
So are there certain specific beaches or maybe types of beaches or times of day that you kind of can strategize where to find the best stuff?
Well, always the time of day to look for is low tide.
Okay.
You go on any browser online, or you'll get a little book at your fishing store and find the lowest tide. If the tide is like a 0, that means that's as low as we typically see it. If you get a negative number, that means it's extra low, and you're going to see all kinds of cool uncovered stuff. And there have been a lot of really good negative tides. That's what those are called, when they're extra, extra low this summer. You'll find a lot of really good stuff then.
Exciting.
So, and anywhere that there are rocks, things that go near the base of cliffs or the base of large rocks like Haystack Rock.
I was going to say Haystack Rock is what comes to mind. You can just sort of picture immediately those little pools right underneath those gigantic, gorgeous structures, that there's just so much wildlife in that one little area.
And not only that, there are wonderful volunteers at Haystack Rock that will help you find the best stuff and will explain what you're seeing. And they can help you, discover your rainbow as well.
So fun, and thank you. So what a great activity for the little ones, and then as you graduate to maybe older ages, I mean, I think everybody can have fun participating in this one.
I even give myself a rainbow challenge occasionally.
There you go.
And it's fun because you can take a picture and make your own, even on your phone, make your own little rainbow. You can print it out later.
Oh, super fun. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me back.
Great to see you. This is so fun to chat about. We'll have more information about Karen's book, Let's Explore the Beach, on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.